This is Josiah Plays Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. So, I am trying this game out. I, of course, have played the original Baldur's Gate. I loved it when it first came out. It was, at the time, my favorite, or I felt like it was the best D&D based game that had ever been made. I had been playing D&D based games for many years before that. I had played the Gold Box series, and Pillars of, with Pool of Radiance and Curse of the Azure Bonds and all those, and the ones they did in Dragonlance, the Champions of Krynn and those. I had played the Eye of the Beholder and Eye of the Beholder 2 and the ones that were based on that engine. I had played the and Menzoberranzan and the ones set in Ravenloft and all that. I'd played so many D&D games by that point. And this one came out, and it was totally different. Isometric, real-time with paused, and I'd played Dark Sun Shattered Lands 2, which is the closest thing to this that had come out before it, but it was turn-based, not real-time, and I loved that game. So anyway, I love D&D-based games, and this one came out, and it was so good. It was amazing. It was worlds and leaps ahead of everything that had come before. And I just totally loved it. And, so now, all these years later, I mean, we're talking like 1998. Or it might have been 1999 when I played this. The beginning of 99 or late in 98, I can't remember. And all these years later, I'm now trying the Enhanced Edition. Now, here's the deal. This needs to be said clearly. I am not, right now, committing to a full playthrough of this game. I am not starting a playthrough right here. This is a one-shot. I'm trying it. Now, that one-shot will probably last several hours. I mean, it will be multiple hours of one-shot, but it's not necessarily a full playthrough. I might decide to make it a full playthrough, but right now, I'm not saying I'm going to play through this whole game. I'm just trying it. Anyway, let's jump into it. We're going to start with the intro movie. Enigma Soul just got done with a BG2EE run of your own. Oh, that's cool. And Saito's still doing his BG2EE run. And you're hoping an Icewind Dale 2 gets an EE like IWD1 did. There's a lot of abbreviations going on here. I mean, I know what they all mean, but yeah, Icewind Dale 2 was really cool. Okay, so let's watch the opening movie. He who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. When you gaze into the abyss, something about the abyss gazing back into you. They redid these opening movies from the original ones for the Enhanced Edition. Looks pretty cool. Who's this friendly-looking gentleman?
No, you can't. I will be the last, and you will go first.
Apparently there can be only one. Well, he killed that guy. I have a feeling he will kill others. He seemed to indicate that. Knew we should have went with a better contractor for our railings. Baldur's Gate, which is the name of a city in the Forgotten Realms. The Forgotten Realms being a very old and beloved Dungeons & Dragons setting that many games have been set in. Baldur's Gate is one of the larger cities on the Sword Coast, which is the most popular area of the Forgotten Realms. More games have been set on the Sword Coast region than anywhere else. Alright, so, now that we've watched the opening movie, it is time to do this. I'm going to choose single player. I'm going to choose new game. And let's make my character. Now, I already know exactly what character I'm making. I'm going to make it here for you, in front of you, but all the decisions have already been made in advance by me. Gender, we're going with a male. A lot of times I play a female character lately, but now I'm going with a male character. I have a custom portrait that I've uploaded. There it is. That's not one of the ones that comes with the game. It's a half-orc gentleman. We're going half-orc. Half-orcs are born from the union of human and orc parents. They are as tall as humans, but a little heavier due to their muscular builds. Their greenish pigmentation, sloping forehead, jutting jaw, prominent teeth, and coarse body hair make their lineage plain for all to see. In the Sword Coast, half-orcs are tolerated, as unlike in the north, the local people haven't had centuries of warfare with orc kind. Half-orcs are known for their great strength. Get infravision, 1 strength, 1 con, -2 intelligence. No, it's not the largest city on the Sword Coast. That's Waterdeep. But it's one of the largest cities. Going with fighter. The fighter is a champion, swordsman, soldier, and brawler who lives or dies by his knowledge of weapons and tactics. Fighters can be found at the front of any battle, contesting toe-to-toe with monsters and villains. A good fighter needs to be strong and healthy if he hopes to survive. Can wear helmets, because apparently that's something that takes a lot of training. Okay, so, we're a fighter. And I'm choosing the Berserker kit, which is like a subclass. Berserker is a warrior who is in tune with his animalistic side and during combat can achieve an ecstatic state of mind that will enable him to fight longer, harder, and more savagely than any person has a right to. You have a right to fight savagely, but only to a certain extent. Don't get too uppity with your savage fighting. Know your place. Berserkers tend to be barbarian-like in nature, but not always. Sometimes it is a conscious choice that a warrior in training makes. Regardless, opponents on the battlefield will be unsettled when they see the savage and inhuman elements of the Berserker's personality. This class is common amongst dwarves, known to them as the Battle Rager, and basically you can go into this enraged state and kick a lot of extra ass. You should not sabotage Josiah by encouraging him to play Wizard Slayer, no. Waterdeep is definitely part of the Sword Coast, Saito. It's like the definitive city of the Sword Coast. Baldur's Gate is actually barely on the Sword Coast. I mean, it's on the same coast, but the region that they call the Sword Coast region, Baldur's Gate is like the far southern end of it, practically. Then the city in Baldur's Gate 2, Athkatla and that's not even considered Sword Coast. So, alignment. We're going chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral characters believe that there is no order to anything, including their own actions. With this as guiding principle, they tend to follow whatever whim strikes them at the moment. Good and evil are irrelevant when making a decision. Chaotic neutral characters are extremely difficult to deal with. Such characters have been known to cheerfully and for no apparent purpose gamble away everything they have on the roll of a single die. They are almost totally unreliable. In fact, the only reliable thing about them is that they cannot be relied upon. This alignment is perhaps the most difficult to play. Lunatics and madmen tend toward chaotic neutral behavior. So my character is going to be kind of a wild man. Kind of a chaotic, a little bit crazy, and this fits with the Berserker thing as well. Yeah, Neverwinter in the North, or Icewind Dale itself could arguably be considered the very top edge of the Sword Coast. Sometimes they count Icewind Dale as being part of the Sword Coast, and sometimes they don't. They say that's too far north. Just depends on who you ask, I guess. What source you're looking at. Abilities, here we go. I'm going to re-roll until I get at least 85 points. I will not re-roll until I get 98 or whatever the fuck crazy number Saito needed. 85 or higher will be fine with me. Just need an 85. 94! Oh my god! That's way luckier than I expected to get. Sweet. Alright. Well, my character's not going to be as dumb as I thought he was going to be. First thing I'm going to do is reduce my wisdom to 3. It measures a character's enlightenment, judgment, and common sense. So, what we have is a character who is a berserker, a half-orc, who is chaotic neutral and has a 3 wisdom. This is perhaps the least reliable, least fucking smart with his decisions person of all times. So pretty much like a more expanded or a more extreme version of myself. Game loves you, yeah, apparently. Okay, so anyway, strength is going to be the maximum of 19. That 19 instead of just an 18 is actually a big deal. In 2nd edition D&D, which is what this game is based off of, that 19 is huge. A 19 strength in 3rd or 4th or 5th edition D&D wouldn't be that big of a deal. But a 19 strength in 2nd edition D&D is fucking enormous. Also going to max out the old dexterity and the constitution to 19. Also going to max out charisma. Now, I was planning to only have about a 9 or 10 intelligence if I had gotten the number of points I thought I was going to get. But as it is, I have all these extra points, so I'm actually going to be pretty smart, too. Oh, 16 is the max I can have, so I guess I'll have to have a 4 wisdom. I have to have a 4 wisdom. Got yourself 500 burden. Yeah. Okay, so 4 wisdom, 16 intelligence. The character is very smart. Measures the character's memory, reasoning, and learning ability, but he has no common sense or good judgment, which fits along with the half-orc thing, the berserker thing, and the chaotic neutral thing. See, it all works together. There's a roleplay concept here. There's a roleplay concept. But he is an unmitigated badass physically, and he has a lot of animal magnetism going on. So, here we go. Skills. We are going two-handed sword. We are not fucking around with this one-handed bullshit. And two-handed weapon style, maxing that out. And that's what we're using all our proficiency slots on. Appearance. Let's fuck around with this. I kind of want to go with a kind of grayish skin tone if I can. Yeah, like that. And I want to do like maybe a red in the hair department. Like that. Even though the guy on the picture doesn't have red hair, I don't care. Then for clothing, major color, I also want a red, but a dark red. Like that color. And then this one, I want to do like this right here, this red and black sort of strange color. And that's what my character's gonna look like right there. Wait, that's not the hair color I picked, is it? Maybe I'll just go with that brown. That looks more like the picture. Play a half-elf mage fighter multi-class who started with 18s in everything but wisdom and charisma, which were 12 and 14 respectively. You learned to hate ankeg shells until I found the tome to boost my strength. Okay. And we're going with male 6. I mean, there's lots of different voices you can choose.
Death to you all! As it should be. Your life ends here. I alone belong here.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
Was tempted by that one.
Ha ha! I'll lead them well.
You got this coming!
I was tempted by that one too.
If nobody else is gonna step up, why not?
Gimped fighter mage, aka Bard.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
Bards are so good in 5th edition.
Well, of course. I am the obvious choice.
But this is the one I'm going with. Ready for this guy?
Get over here. Right then, that's about enough. For what? You don't want my hands getting idle.
You don't want my hands getting idle.
I could use a little patching up.
I could use a little patching up.
Spit it out.
Spit it out.
You rang.
You rang.
Go on then.
Go on then.
Right, what's this then?
Right, what's this then?
Sorted.
Sorted.
I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Puh.
Blah! Go!
Get over here.
Get over here! So that's my voice. Gonna go with something like this. Yeah, from 3rd edition onward, bards have been great. They were pretty gimpy before that. By the way, just so you guys know, I'm going to be starting to run a public D&D night on my stream fairly soon. That'll be sort of drop in, drop out by nature, that anybody can join in and play. But I'll talk more about that a little bit later. Alright, and the character's name is going to be Sinden Thorn. Here's my character. Male half-orc berserker, chaotic neutral. Loving this guy. I'm excited about this character. He seems legit. Never actually played D&D before. It sounds neat. Yeah. Yeah, they could use all wizard spells, but their progression was terrible. Can't believe you went berserker. Have fun killing your own party members. It doesn't do that, does it? I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, now, when I played this before, I played on core rules, which seems to be like the minimum difficulty that you should probably play on. If I was going with my more recent choices in other games, I'd probably play on hard, maybe even insane. But I'm not going to play on any of those. I kind of want it to be easy. Now, I'm not going to play on easy. That's too easy. I'm going to play on normal. Enemies deal 25% less damage. Party members cannot permanently die. Hit point rolls are maximized, and spells can be copied into spellbooks without failure. I'm playing on normal. I don't feel bad about it. I'm venturing forth.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today,
something is wrong.
Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Ready to buy some stuff. We start right off with buying some stuff. Yeah, I do need to gather my party before venturing forth. I've heard that before. A time or two. Brian's really nice. Yeah, I mean, he raised a half-orc kid as his own, like, ward. That's kind of a big deal. Most people would be like, ew, half-orc, get that fucking thing away from me. Journal updated. Find Gorion. Gorion, my foster father, has informed me that we must immediately leave Candlekeep and set out on a journey. He has given me some gold, and I must purchase supplies for the road, including weapons and armor. Alright, do I have any other journal-y stuff to read? I don't think so. This is not exactly Pillars of Eternity. Alright, let's see what my options are. G returns to game, or it doesn't. World map. Get that shit out of here. Oh, here's my map of the area. There's a clinic, bunkhouse, barracks. There's the Candlekeep Inn where I am. There's the priest quarters. There's Candlekeep itself. There's the storehouse, and there's the Temple of Ogma. Ogma's like the god of knowledge. God of like sages and knowledge and books and stuff like that. Also one of the gods that like wizard type spellcasters tend to like. Oh, no, get rid of that. Okay, so we've seen the map. We have the journal. We've seen the journal. Get out of here, map. Oh, I don't want to... No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to zoom in like that. I just want to... We've got the inventory here. So there's my little character. He's got a quarterstaff. That's not an acceptable weapon for me. With 6 armor class, with no armor on, that's pretty nice. I mean, that's not a good armor class, but for not wearing anything, it's decent. Because I get 4 from my dexterity. 15 hit points is a nice amount at first level for a 2nd edition D&D character. Thaco base is 19. Actually, will be much better than that, I hope, with... There's one thing... You guys, yeah, I'm aware of what happens with Gorion. Yeah. Okay. Do a ton of damage with that quarterstaff, though. And I can carry 500 pounds, which is great. Alright, let's take a look at this. This is my character stats. You can see my saving throws there, back when saving throws were done in a really weird way. All the bonuses to different things for my stats. Here's my biography. Let's read it. Drawn to the clamor of the forge at an early age, you have become quite skilled working for the monks of the keep, and have kept them supplied with whatever tools are occasionally required. Inspired by your foster father's tales of ironclad heroes, however, you know you would much rather swing a blade than a smithy's hammer. One of the Watchers has been kind enough to take you under her wing and has trained you in the basics of the deadly arts. You yearn to leave the safe walls of your library home and venture forth, nice, venture forth, along the trade way, a trusty weapon at your side. You know little of how you came to be a ward of Gorion's, but over the years you have gleaned something of your mother's tale from his vague allusions and from the words he sometimes uttered in tear-filled sleep. She was an orcish caravan guard, so my mom was the orc, and my father was, well, spoiler alert. No, I'm not going to spoil that. But, I know who my father was. Part of a larger mercenary company that operated out of Waterdeep. Through the course of his adventuring career, Gorion grew to become her close friend. As you have no memory of her, nor any keepsakes to remind you of her existence, you have come to believe that she died while giving birth to you. Perhaps it was the pain of such a parting that led Gorion to cloister himself within the narrow halls of Candlekeep and raise you as his own. Of your father you have learned nothing. You gotta say, she must have been a pretty special woman to be a full-blooded orc, working as a caravan guard and making friends with sages and shit. Too bad none of her wisdom passed on to her son. Alright, there's stuff about my character, combat stats, skills, abilities, fine. And we're done here. That's my character. Mage book, I can't memorize spells. Preschool, I still can't memorize spells. Yes, Saito. Your father was but a humble baker. He had a passionate love affair with pie. That's it, Enigma Soul. I'm sure that's it. This whole game is about baking, actually. I can quick save. Ooh, look how fast the quick save happens. Wait, is there a key for that? Can I get a key for quick save, please? Oh, I did. It's Q. Bam, quick save. Oh, I love it. And unlike the fucking wait 10 seconds quick save of Pillars of Eternity. I can pause with spacebar. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I've got my talk to somebody thing. There it is. Can I talk to myself?
Right, what's this then?
Apparently I can. My quarterstaff, my fist, guard, special abilities. There's my rage. Character becomes enraged for 1 turn. While enraged, the character gains a +2 bonus to his attack and damage rolls, as well as to his armor class. That's really good. Becomes immune to charm, confusion, fear, feeble mind, hold, imprisonment, level drays, maze, stun, and sleep. That's really good. The character also gains 15 temporary hit points, also good, which are taken away at the end of the berserk spree, possibly knocking the character unconscious. After the effects end, the character becomes winded, suffering a -2 to armor class, 2 hit rolls, and damage roll. That's not good. That's the part that's bad. No, I don't want to use any special abilities right now. Get out of here. Alright, the magnifying glass reveals details. Oh yeah, there's a key. I already set a couple keybinds in here earlier when I was testing for sound and stuff, but I don't remember. What is the key for it? It's tab. Tab is the key. I can just hold down tab to highlight stuff. Okay, good. And there I am. Up in the corner. Might have been Z. I think I remapped it to tab. Alright, here we have the Candlekeep Inn. Now, I'm not going to play this zoomed out because it's too zoomed out for me. The character's tiny. Unfortunately, when you zoom in, the character kind of looks like shit. Because, you know, this is old, low-resolution graphics they had to deal with here. So I'm not going to zoom all the way in either. I think I want to zoom to a level where, like... not much bigger than my circle of vision, I guess. About like this. Alright, let's go inside the inn here and buy some stuff. Oh, is it tab by default? Okay.
I'm on it.
No loading screen to walk into the inn. Fuck you, Pillars of Eternity! Alright, let's just talk to Winthrop first, because he's the guy that sells stuff.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Wow. That's a really fucking good simile there, buddy. Well, hello there, young one. Come to visit your old pal Winthrop, have ye? Well, don't forget the 10,000 gold piece book entrance fee as per Candlekeep's custom, don't you know? Super serious guy. Also super serious, but pissed. Or person who gets the joke. Right. You always were the big kidder, Winthrop. That gets funnier every time I hear it. Well, perhaps not quite so often. Ha! Just having a bit of fun with you, my friend. Them monks may be walking about with poles in their nethers, but you know you're always welcome here on my site. Gorion did well by you, he did. So, is there anything I can do for you? Some drinks, a room to sleep, or anything to buy? Sure, what do you have? Alright, well I don't need a room in the inn. I don't need drinks, even though I can hear rumors if I buy drinks. Fuck it, let's have a bitter black ale. Lots of trouble down in Nashkel. Monsters or some such are said to be killing the workers at the Nashkel mines. Bad news for smiths or anyone that needs tools to make a living. Alright. Let's buy some stuff. So he has lots of weapons, he has some armor and shields and stuff. We're not going to use a shield. Helmet. Protects against critical hits. Should probably wear a helmet. Let's get a two-handed sword. That costs a lot. That's 63 out of our 98. Or 99. Alright, 35 is what we have left to buy some armor. Let's get some studded leather up in here. And call it a day. Troubles in the oh, I got a quest because of that. There are rumors of something disrupting operations in the Nashkel mines, contributing to the iron shortage. Well, it might not be a quest, but it's a journal thing anyway. Alright, let's throw this on. Now my armor class is 3, which isn't bad. Throw the helmet on. And two-handed sword. There we go. Thaco 16, 11 to 20 damage. That's beast. Wish you could just give the bartenders money and get them to tell you all the rumors they know instead of playing the rumor roulette drinking game. I think the rumor roulette drinking game is cool. Giant green guy, endless rage, all brute force, no subtlety, but secretly more intelligent than he lets on. Nice to meet you, Dr. Banner. Yeah.
Spit it out. Sorted. You rang. Right, what's this then?
Right, what's this then? Okay. So, I don't remember exactly how the stealing and getting caught and people freaking out works in this game. I know that the guards will come if you steal stuff and they might fuck you up. Thaco. Thaco is basically your chance to hit. It stands for 2-hit armor class 0, which means that is the number on a 20-sided die, or, you know, rolling 1 to 20, that you need to roll to hit an armor class of 0. But let's say I'm attacking somebody that doesn't have an armor class of 0. Let's say I'm attacking me, who has an armor class of 3. That number subtracts from the number that you need. So I would need to roll a 13 out of 20 to hit myself. If somebody was standing around with no armor and no dex bonus, they'd have an AC of 10, which means I'd only need to roll a 6 to hit them. Whereas if somebody has a really good armor class of like -5, then I'd have to roll a 21, which actually you only have to roll a 20, because rolling a 20 is always automatically a hit. In fact, it's a critical hit. In 2nd edition, there's no confirming critical hits or anything. It's just if you roll a 20, it's a crit. The lower your armor class, the better. Yes, and the lower your Thaco, the better. You do not want these numbers to go up, you want them to go down. So as I get better, this number will go down. As I get better armor, this number will go down, and that's good. My hit points will go up, and my damage will go up. And then to confuse things even more, there's your saving throws, and you also want these numbers to go down, because these are the numbers I have to roll on a d20 to successfully save versus that type of attack. As you can see, they're very bad. Like, my chance of saving versus a spell right now is really poor. It's only 3 out of 20. That is how 2nd edition AD&D works. Alright, quick saved. Let's fuck around with this. Locked. Nothing is locked for me. Successfully forced the lock open. I got some gold, some scrolls. There's not a take all button, is there? No, there's not. I could probably sell those scrolls or save them for when I have a spellcaster. Infravision's kind of a jank-ass spell. Now, I probably can't steal from this thing without these noble people getting all jiggity with me.
No time to chit-chat.
Step up to the heat, young one. You'll need a good fire to warm the chill stares of those monks. Most inhospitable they are. Isn't that so, lovey?
Oh yes, darling. They are most standoffish. Right. Oh, I would not let it concern you, milady. Perhaps they're not used to wealth such as yours. You are quite wealthy, are you not? Bring a lot of expensive jewelry with you.
Perhaps that was it. I may have looked as though we were shoving off. I'm going to lock all my jewelry back in the room, dear, so I don't offend them again.
A capital idea, lovey.
Perhaps I should do the same. Leave the finery under lock and key whilst we brush up on our reading. I can think of no safer a place than here. I doubt very much that a scoundrel would pay the book fee into this place to burgle the inn. Laughable.
Haha, they're gonna go lock up their stuff and I'm gonna steal it. Unlike Katie in my Pillars of Eternity playthrough, this character is gonna steal every damn thing that isn't nailed down. Dun 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 dun. Hello, tutor.
Hello, child. Shall we continue your lessons?
Nope, I don't need to know any of that. This isn't really an RP character, it's an out of character like tutorial type person, and I'm not going to bother with them. I mean, if there's something he's got that I need to know.
Child, shall we continue your lessons?
Nope, we're good. What about Firebead Elven Hair over here? Hello, Mr. D&D name.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Ah, yes, I'm back within the hallowed halls of Candlekeep. With this iron crisis upon us, the trip from Beregost was more hazardous than I care to relate. You're Gorion's ward, aren't you? My, you have come into your own, if you would permit an old man jealous of youth to say so. Was this guy flirting with me? Is he, like, checking out my ass? I left an identify scroll with Tethtoril in the inner grounds. He should be done examining it by now, so if you could fetch it for me, I'd be grateful. No, I don't know the Easter egg with Firebead. Wait, what is this about 2nd to 3rd edition stat conversion methods? Why does it do this when I Alt-Tab? Come on, Alt-Tab. I need you to function properly, please. I need you to function properly, please. No, that is not properly. Having half the shit on my second screen just be a black square is not how Alt-Tab works. It wasn't doing this before. Oh, come the fuck on. Talk to him 30 times and he gives you 300 gold? What? That's ridiculous. Your Stacko is essentially an attack bonus of 20 minus Stacko, while your AC is essentially a 3rd edition AC number of points below 10 plus 10. Yeah, well that's... I don't know that that really simplifies things very much, but okay, yeah. I'm not happy with what's happening right now with my second monitor and my first monitor. Why is this happening? This wasn't happening before when I was alt-tabbing in and out of this while I was testing sound and stuff. Honestly, this is no good. I can't have this. This needs to figure itself out somehow. Alright, I guess we'll live with that. Only some stuff is black now. Firebead Scroll. Firebead Elvenhair, an old mage who makes the occasional visit here from Beregost, has left an identity scroll with Tethtoril in the inner grounds. I swear, without me to run its endless errands, this keep would crumble into the very dust from which it sprang. Attack of 17 is essentially a +3 to hit. AC of 6 is essentially an AC of 14. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. It just comes down to what your bonus is. Yeah, if you have a +5 to your Thaco, that gives you a Thaco of 15. If you have a +5 to your AC, in this it gives you an AC of 5. Which translates directly over to 3rd edition. Instead, you just add the numbers instead of subtracting them. Okay.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays. It's hard to find.
How many times I gotta talk to him?
Nowadays. It's hard
30?
to find decent folk nowadays. It's hard 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 to find decent folk nowadays.
This is where I find out that you have to do his quest first before this talk to him 30 times thing.
Folk nowadays. It's hard to find decent folk nowadays. It's hard to find decent folk nowadays. It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
I don't know how many times I've talked to him.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Oh, the party has gained gold 300. What the fuck? That's crazy. Alright, Saito says, stealing. The way it works is that if a container is marked, and sadly you have no way of telling if it is, and someone has LOS of you, counts as stealing. Also, if someone sees you within the next few seconds after stealing something, it will also count as being seen. That's alright. With the super fast quick save, I'll just quick save before I ever loot anything, and it won't matter.
Shall we continue your lessons?
Going upstairs to steal some
Sorted.
stuff. Sorted. What's up, sleeping man? Okay. I said I'm gonna quick save before I loot anything. I walk up there and immediately loot something without quick saving. Locked? No, I don't think so. A silver necklace. Okay. What's that all about? It's just something I can sell, I think. A sleeping dwarf. Locked. Potion of clarity and some gold. Uh-oh. Nobleman.
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
Yes, might I help you?
Yes, indeed. You might help me to your valuables.
Can you really be so misguided as to attempt a bold-faced robbery on the grounds of the most closely guarded keep this side of Kalimshan? You are truly daft indeed. Perhaps you should go back to your room and reflect on how dangerous a mistake you have almost made. Now.
Am I in trouble?
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
You, once again, I should appreciate it if you would remove your company until I sought it. Good day.
So I'm assuming that if I... Is there a hotkey for that? F2. Is he mad? Uh-oh, someone has noticed you. You hear the guards me some. Can I hide? Maybe they won't find me in here. Uh-oh. I have a bad feeling about this. Ah! No! There's nobody here! Stealing within the sanctity of Candlekeep? This is blasphemy of the highest order. There is only one way that you can make this up. Give up all the gold you have upon your person so that it may be used to benefit the library. Up yours, you uppity bold virgin. I got you. Uh-oh. This is gonna go badly. I can't hit this guy. Wait, can I get, like, dice reported in my... Uh-oh. There we go. That's what I needed. I'm getting my ass kicked. I can't hit this guy. Of course, I'm rolling really low. I'm rolling 5, 6, 5. He critically missed. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna lose this fight. Oh! I just wrecked him! Fuck you! Fuck you, Watcher! I feel like I should probably reload my save, though. I probably should not be killing the Watchers. Can knock them out without killing them and steal what you want with no witnesses. Oh, use your fists on people. Nice. This guy slept through that whole battle. Oh, wow. Plate mail! Oh, this was worth it, though. It was worth it, though. Don't you understand? And a much cooler looking helmet. Plate mail, that's going to make my armor class really good. -1! No wonder I couldn't... Oh, wow. It was worth killing that guy. It was. I'm not going to lie. Now, it said something about my reputation is decreased. Where do I see my reputation? Maybe I can't see my reputation. Uh-oh, reputation despised. I don't know what that's gonna mean for me. Maybe I should just, not kill more watchers. Maybe I should avoid the watcher killing. My reputation will go up when I start doing nice things for the people here, though, right? Well, what are these people doing?
Don't touch me! I might catch something. Away with you, beggar!
What? I certainly hope there is an explanation for this intrusion. Explain yourself. Well, I'm going to try to avoid getting my reputation down, but I think I'm just going to let that one kill stand. It was a simple mistake. Won't happen again. Remember, my character has a 3 wisdom, and he's chaotic neutral. He's not chaotic evil, so he's not going to go out of his way. He's not evil. He didn't enjoy killing that guy. He's not going to go out of his way to murder people. He wouldn't just murder these noblemen or whatever. But that guy attacked him, and he had to defend himself. He's not going to let himself be arrested. I mean, he's not that good. Explain myself. You are some pompous noble and I'm here to take your belongings. Straightforward enough. Aye, very straightforward indeed, but it is a flawed plan. If I should call out, the guard will hear, and you are as good as dead. Now, if you turn and leave this instant, perhaps I will let this go unreported. Alright, so maybe I won't try to rob people. Failed to force the lock. Is this just a really low chance, and if I roll enough times I'll get it? Or is it just impossible, and there's no sense in me rolling enough times to get it? When do I get a rogue? I mean, I know... When do I get Emma-Wen? Probably shouldn't have killed that guy. But I'm gonna let it stand, because...
Sorted.
Alright, Winthrop.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
As good to see you again as any other I could have laid eyes on. Make yourself as comfortable as ye will. If you wish for anything, just ask. Sell some stuff. This ring is just a sellable ring. I can't sell scrolls here. Now let's get out of here. Prices will go up 50% just for having -4? Just for having 4? Because these prices were not 50% higher than they were before.
My hotel's as clean
This
as
guy
an
was selling
elven
studded
arse.
leather armor for 35 before, and now he's selling it for 40.
sorted.
Can I rest? Oh, apparently I can just rest wherever I want. That's a cool resting screen. That wasn't in the original version of the game. Looks very nice.
I should have joined the army.
Sindenthorn, I must ask you not to sully our grounds by camping within the keep. Winthrop will gladly give you a room at a very reasonable price. Oh, so it didn't let me rest. Oh, it did, though. I'm fully healed. It let me rest. They just didn't like it. Alright. I need to go... Well... Okay, wait. What does my journal say to do? It just says to buy stuff. I already did that. Identify scroll in the inner grounds. We're just going to explore around and talk to everybody.
Hello, child. Shall we continue your
Okay, I know all that.
research?
I know all that. Who is Flydia? We will find out. Well, no, we'll talk to her right now.
Hello there.
Oh, hello! Have you seen my copy of the History of Haurua anywhere? You know how I can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic feet up in the library, so I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air just east of here, and oh, I hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you find it, I really do need it back.
Another quest, Flydia's book. Dear absent-minded... Maybe I should read these. These are written in my character's perspective, right? Dear absent-minded Flydia has lost another of her books. The History of Haurua. This time. Last time she was at Candlekeep, she lost an entire 4-volume set in the hay we keep for the cows.
Hello, child. Shall we continue your lessons?
No, I don't care. I assume I can kill the cows, but it will probably piss people off. I'm not going to kill the cows.
Hello, child.
Inventory leveling up. Yep, we're good. We're good, thanks. Hello, Watcher. I am certainly not wearing the armor, exact armor of one of your people or anything.
I can take Drizzt with both my arms tied behind my back.
I do not think you can, sir. Thankfully quiet here today as usual. I hear there are problems outside, though. Something about an iron shortage. Yeah, the Nashco mines are apparently having... There's a bird flying by. You?
Hello, child.
Okay, I do actually want to know about some of these things. Tell me about fatigue. Characters, especially those with low constitutions, grow tired after going too long without rest. As fatigue increases, they accumulate a luck penalty, which negatively impacts all attack rolls and saving throws. You can eliminate fatigue by resting, either at an inn or in the wilderness. But take care resting in the wild, you never know what manner of beast might disturb you. Sinden's father was the blind bruiser. Morale. As battle drags on, characters might lose composure and flee, running to a remote area. If your party includes a bard, their bard's song can prevent morale failure. Effects of intoxication. Characters imbibing libations may become intoxicated. This has two effects. Firstly, as many warriors can attest, it increases morale, making it easier to keep fighting without losing composure. However, as you become more and more drunk, you accumulate increasing luck penalties, negatively affecting everything you do. Drink in moderation if you must drink at all. Alright, I know about disease and poison, that's fine. What do we have here? The priest's quarters. Q. Alright. In our next episode, we will explore the priest quarters, then we will continue exploring Candlekeep, possibly getting into trouble, trying not to kill any more, Watchers. And having lots of fun. But that's going to do it for this one. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition.